make something clear, ladies. You should be generating income while you're asleep, okay? We're building generational wealth. Good morning. We can't do that if every time we earn income is when we are actively doing something. So, if you are not making money while you are asleep, we gotta fix it. We gotta fix it today, okay? Not tomorrow, not next week, not next year. It has to be fixed today, okay? I also want you ladies to understand this. Good morning. You should be making income when you are on these apps. It is diabolical how so many of you guys are on here for 8 hours a day. That's a whole full-time shift, and you're not even getting paid to be here. You are posting for free. You are going live for free. These apps make too much for you to not be getting a cut. If you are on these apps and you are not building your business, you are not making income, we have a serious problem that we need to address today. Good morning, not tomorrow. Not on Monday like you always do, no. And not 2027. It has to get fixed today because you are getting older, not younger. I also want you ladies to understand this. Good morning. You only need one digital product in your store. You only need one. See, a lot of you guys are getting hung up on making ebook after ebook. You're trying to have 50 products in your store. No, You only need one digital product, just one. And that one product that you choose to create and sell will literally change your entire life. How do I know that? Because my digital product business changed mine. You guys, I started 6 years ago, full time. And when I first started, I lost over 100 pounds, okay? And I did that by eating right, exercising, and fixing my mindset. So what I did was I put all of that information that I learned on my weight loss journey and I put it in an ebook. And then I started selling it to other people who also wanted to learn how to lose weight. Good morning. And I sold that on YouTube, okay? So anything that you want to sell, anything, and I literally mean anything, you can sell it. But the problem with you is you live in fear. You live in fear, and you've been living in fear for years. On my life, fear stands for fuck everything and run, and that's what you're doing. You have been running away from your $1 million idea for years. You have been running away from your brilliant idea for years because you are so fearful of failing. You are so fearful of trying something new and looking stupid. You are so fearful of people talking about you. And all of this fear that you hold on to, that you refuse to let go of, is the exact reason why you are stuck. See, you already know what you want your dream life to look like. You've already done the vision board. You have manifested and manifested some more. You have been on Pinterest for hours collecting pins. You know what side of town you want to live on. You know what kind of vacations you want to take. You know what kind of freedom you want. You already know all of the things. But every single day that you do not move towards your goals and building your business is another day that you are allowing fear to steal your dream life from you. It amazes me how we allow ourselves to stay in a comfort zone for years, for decades. And this very comfort zone that you're in is draining you. It is making you miserable. It is keeping you broke. It has you depressed, and it has you feeling resentful. But you would rather stay in that comfort zone than take a ½ inch out. Make it make sense. Now, what I want to know is this: who on this live is sick and tired of being sick and tired? Meaning you're tired of living paycheck to paycheck. You've been there, you've done that, you want better. You are tired of going to a job that you absolutely hate. If that is you, go ahead and put me in the chat. Good morning, good morning. I also want to know who on this live is fed up of their own BS, meaning they are tired of always starting and stopping and giving up on themselves. They are tired of not prioritizing their goals. They are tired of always people pleasing and doing for others but never doing for themselves. They are tired of lacking confidence and they want better for their life. If that is you, good morning. Go ahead and put me in the chat. And I also want to know who on this live has no clue as to what a digital product is. If you don't have any idea or you just know a little bit, go ahead and put me in the chat because I'm gonna teach you. And for those of y'all who have never seen my face before, good morning. My name is Coach Jazz, and I'm going to be teaching you guys how to build your online business from scratch. We're going to build the ebook and then we're gonna sell it. But not only am I going to teach you how to build your online business from scratch, ladies, I'm also going to teach you how to build yourself. Believe it or not, you are getting in your own way. Now, unfortunately, a lot of you guys have ego and you don't think you have a problem at all. I'm not here for you. I'm not here for you. I am here for the woman who has enough ability to recognize that she got some ish with her and she knows that she needs to be doing better, okay? That's who I'm here for. All right, I'm gonna be giving you guys a lot of information this morning. It would be in your best interest to write it down and take notes. Because if I know anything about you, you are human, which means you're gonna forget. You always do. Life, and stresses. But if you take notes and you write it down, then you can still refer back to those notes and get it done. The key word of this live, good morning, is gonna be execution. Let me turn the mirror off. The key word of this live, ladies, is going to be execution, meaning not only are you going to take notes, you're going to do it. Let me tell you this. You can scroll and watch all the TikTok lives you want because y'all are addicted to these lives. Go ahead and spend another 5 and 6 hours of your day. Go right on ahead. But if you do not execute any of the things that were taught to you, it's of no use to you. Because in order to get something, ladies, you have to do something, okay? You are gonna have to execute. That's the only way it's gonna work. Things don't just magically fall into your bank account. You gotta earn it. True or false? Okay. You're gonna have to execute, all right? If I say anything this morning that resonates with your spirit and vibrates with your soul, go ahead and start double tapping the screen. Listen, the more we interact with these lives, the more TikTok and YouTube will push this live to more people. And believe it or not, a lot of women are tired of living paycheck to paycheck. They've been doing it for years and they want more. Thank you, Beth. And a lot of women are sick of their own BS. They know that they're holding themselves back and they want better. If you are lacking consistency, if you are lacking discipline, accountability, confidence, I am talking to you this morning. We have got to get out of our own way, okay? So like, comment, and share the live. If you are ready for class to begin, go ahead and put ready in the chat because if you are ready to learn, I am ready to teach. Also, make sure you guys follow me so you don't lose me. They do steal my videos. They make fake accounts and then they're gonna turn around and message you. So please do not get hoodwinked, finessed, or bamboozled on these TikTok streets, y'all. Don't do it, because they're coming for you. Good morning. Thank you, Beth. Let's go. Do you have your pen and paper in hand? YouTube and TikTok number 2, talk to me and let me know you are here and you are present. If you even had the idea, if it even crossed your mind, that's because you can. Any idea that you have, that's because you're capable of it. God would not give you an idea that you couldn't do. So if you even thought about creating content, that's because you can. If you even thought about starting a business, that's because you can. If you even thought about losing weight, that's because you can. But the problem is, you put other people before yourself. You tell yourself it's not gonna work before you even try. You call yourself stupid. You say you're not good at something. You distract. You scroll on social media for hours instead of getting it done. Gotta stop getting in our own way. Good morning. All right, very good. Let's go ahead and get started. So what is a digital product and how will we build the business? Let's talk. So a digital product, ladies, is something you do not have physical possession of. So think of a movie on Netflix. Think of a song on your Apple Music or Spotify. You don't physically have it in your possession, right? It's all out in the cloud somewhere. You are going to create something to sell. And it can be anything. Don't you dare start overthinking. There is something that you already know how to do, and that's what you need to be selling. I told you guys when I first started 6 years ago, I lost 100 pounds. I was a very big girl, okay? And I did that through eating healthy and exercising and changing my mindset. So what I did was I took all of that knowledge that I learned on my weight loss journey and started selling it in an ebook teaching other people how to lose weight, okay? And you don't have to do an ebook. You could do an e-course. You could do workbooks and journals, affirmation guides, whatever you want. I promoted my stuff on YouTube. So whatever it is that you know how to do, that's what you need to be selling. Maybe you're a really good mother. You could make an ebook teaching other parents how to be good parents, how to listen to their kids or whatever, right? It doesn't matter what you do, just do it. Now, good morning. I'm gonna give you guys 2 apps, and these apps will change your entire life if you use them. So again, you gotta execute. Don't just download the app for kicks and giggles. You have to use it. It means you gotta open it up. All right. If you're ready for app number 1, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning, happy Saturday. My name is Coach Jazz. We are building our online business from scratch. But most importantly, we are building ourselves. You got things going on in this pretty head of yours that is holding you back. Your internal world always reflects your external. Don't you ever forget that. So if you got chaos going on in here, I know for a fact you got chaos going on in your real life. If you disrespect yourself in here, I know for a fact you got people in your real life disrespecting the hell out you. Your internal world always reflects your external. Don't you ever forget it. Okay. Very good. Good morning. App number 1, write it down. Canva. Also, you guys make sure you follow me and subscribe. They do steal my content. Canva, write it down. Yes, absolutely. You will be using Canva for everything. So maybe you do want to create content. Canva has thousands of TikTok reel templates on there, Instagram reel templates on there, everything. Maybe you do want to create your YouTube channel. I tell you every day, start your YouTube channel. Canva has thousands of YouTube thumbnails on there for you to customize. And it's very easy to use. Get out your head. Don't you dare say, I'm not tech savvy. Stop it. Don't say it. It's very simple. You just drag and drop, okay? And the thumbnails are just those pictures that you see before you click on the actual YouTube video. This is what draws people's attention to your content, okay? All of the creators, including myself, are getting them off of Canva. And maybe you do want to sell an ebook. That's something to teach you guys how to make this morning. But you want to look all professional? Cool. Canva has thousands of ebook templates on there. He said, I love Canva. Yes, Canva is amazing. It's going to be your best friend, but you have to use it, okay? Now, before we get into app number 2, I do want to speak to the woman on this live who's scary as hell. She knows who she is. She might not be saying too much, but she lives in fear. What did we say fear stands for? Fear stands for fuck everything and run, and that's what you've been doing. You've been running away from your brilliant ideas, your $1 million ideas for years, some of y'all decades. And you're saying things to yourself like, Jazz, I would love to start an online business, but I'm not tech savvy. It's too late for me. I'm too old to start an online business. Okay. Well, before you run away, like you always do, how about we take 1/2 inch step out of the comfort zone? See, your comfort zone is running away. Let's do something a little different today. Listen to me very closely. You woke up this morning. That's a blessing. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. Every day that you are blessed with another day means you are blessed with another opportunity to work on your goals. So use it. Number 2, you are very tech savvy because you use technology every day. You are on these apps all day long. Thank you, PG. Give me 1 second. You are on these apps all day long. True or false? From the time you wake up to the time you go to bed, you are liking, commenting, sharing, and archiving. Sending videos back and forth in the group chats. That takes tech savviness. So, you will use the same tech savviness that you already have and build your online business. And number 3, what did we say? We said we were going to sell our knowledge. That's what we said. So for those of you guys who are older, you have a lot of knowledge. You have a lot of wisdom, which means you have a lot of things you can be selling. So get to selling, please. Okay? All right. I don't want to hear it. If you're ready for app number 2, put a 2 in the chat. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning. Welcome, welcome. I don't see you on here, PG. Click the link in my bio. Or my, you have to leave and go to my channel. I don't see you on here yet. If you're ready for app number 2, put a 2 in the chat. Let's go, let's go. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, my name is Coach Jazz. And for those of you guys who have been here before, yes, Glow Up Academy is open. You guys are more than welcome to sign up, only if you are truly fed up with your shit. Only if. If you want to fool around some more, if you are truly done with your SHIT and you are ready to stop getting in your own way, go ahead and join Glow Up Academy. The link is in my bio, okay? All right, app number 2. Also, you guys make sure y'all follow me so you do not lose me. They do steal my content. App number 2, ChatGPT. You will be using this app for everything. Everything, everything, everything. Everything, okay? So this is AI. Maybe you do want to create content, but you just don't know what kind of videos to make. Fine, ask Chat, he'll tell you. Maybe you do want to start your YouTube channel that I tell you to start every single day, but you're a little camera shy and just not sure what to say in the videos. Fine, ChatGPT will script the entire video for you. Now what's your excuse? Exactly, you ain't got one. And maybe you do want to sell an ebook, and that's what I'm going to teach you how to do this morning, but you just don't know what to put in the ebook? Fine. ChatGPT will write the entire ebook for you from beginning to end in under 30 seconds. Ladies, I cannot make this up. It has never been easier than today to build your online business from scratch. But again, you keep getting in your own way. Gotta stop that. Gotta stop that, okay? Now I gave you Canva and I gave you ChatGPT. Now we have to put it together and write the ebook. So if you are ready for prompt number 1, go ahead and put ready in the chat. If you are not taking notes, you are doing yourself a disservice because listen, we gotta execute. And if I know anything about you, you are a human being. And you are going to forget because life, and stress stresses. But if you write the shit down, anything that I do say that you happen to forget, you can still refer back to your notes and get it done. Okay, note takers are money makers. If you are ready for prompt number 1, please put ready in the chat. Let me know you are here and you are present. The more we interact with these lives, ladies, the more these lives get pushed to more people. And believe it or not, a lot of women are tired of their own BS. Yes, they've been fed up with themselves. They know they're destined for more. They can feel it inside their soul, but they don't know how to change. They don't know how to set new routines. They don't know how to put themselves first. So be sure to like, comment, and share the live. Good morning. Prompt number 1. Thank you, Kimberly. Write it down. Here we go. You're going to open up chat. In the search, you're going to type this in. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. If you've got that, go ahead and put got that in the chat. If you need for me to repeat it, this is the opportunity to ask. Remember, closed mouths do not get fed. And don't you dare wait 10 minutes later and be like, Jazz, can you repeat prompt number 1? No. No, I cannot. Because you had opportunity to ask me to repeat it now. But you chose not to take advantage of it, which is fine. But actions speak louder than words. And you say you want to change your life. You say you want to start an online business, but your actions show differently because You're not even utilizing the opportunity that was presented to you. So if you don't care, why the hell should I? Make it make sense. Let's go, let's go. Good morning, good morning. Grab your pen and paper and start taking these notes. Very good, Kimberly. Thank you. You're going to hit enter. You're going to hit enter. Now, before we move any further into prompt number 2, I need you guys to write this word down. Write it down. This says consistent. Consistent. I need you to write this down. And then I need you to underline it. And then I need you to circle it 50,000 times. Because in 2026, we are going to lock in on the true definition of this word consistent. Because believe it or not, a lot of you guys are very confused. Clock it. Clock it. A lot of you guys are very, very, very confused. So let me go ahead and unconfuse you. See, some of y'all think consistent means once in a while. If you feel like it. If you're not too busy. Nope. Consistent means more often than not. So if there are 7 days in a week, consistent means 4 out of the 7. I expect you to be working on your goals. I didn't sit here and say you got to be doing it for 10 hours a day, but you do need to be consistent more often than not. Like how you consistently bounce from live to live, how you consistently watch YouTube video after YouTube video. You are going to have to consistently show up for your business. That's the only way any of this is going to work. Don't you have to consistently go to work to get a paycheck? Yes. Okay. Running your business is no different. I expect you to start putting yourself first and consistently working on the business. Whether you got 20 minutes a day, whether you got 4 hours a day, I don't give a damn. More often than not. If there are 7 days in a week, 4 out of the 7. Now, let's make consistency easy because life is hard enough, okay? Life is already hard as is. Life is life and stressing, and then bills is piling up. So let's make it easy. It is so much easier for you to be consistent when you do things that you actually like to do. Because when things don't feel like work, now you enjoy doing it, which means it's going to be easy for you to be consistent because you truly like what it is that you're doing. The reason why a lot of us struggle with depression, I used to struggle with depression too, is because we have nothing in our day that makes us happy. From the time you wake up to the time you go to bed, you are doing one thing after another of things you don't even really want to do. That would be depressing for anybody. But when you start to fill your day with things that truly make you excited, now you start to feel better about yourself. You start to feel better about your life. When you feel good, you do good. So I want you to go through the list that ChatGPT gave you and only choose ideas that you truly like. I want you to ask yourself, what is something I would love to talk about all day, every day if I could? And whatever that is, that's what I need you to do. And don't worry about it's not going to be profitable. That's a damn lie because you see the darndest things on the internet getting monetized. So don't even do it. Don't even start trying to overthink. And if chat gave you something that you don't like, fine. Or gave you things that you don't like, then ask for 10 more ideas. And just keep asking until it gives you something you want to use. Okay? For my ladies who have lost weight, you know this is true. I lost 100 pounds. Let me ask you, isn't it so much easier to consistently eat healthy foods when you eat healthy foods that you actually like? Yeah. the problem is the reason why people struggle with weight loss is because they try to torture themselves by eating foods they don't like. So then over time, they give up on it because it's not what they truly enjoy eating. Same with exercise. I love to weight lift. That's why I can easily, consistently weight lift, because I truly love it. If you don't like weightlifting, then that's not the exercise for you. Find something that you truly love so you can be consistent with it. It's really that simple. But so many people make things harder than it really needs to be because you overthink. Now, before we get into prompt number 2, write this down. This is critical. If you don't remember anything else I say this morning, you better remember this. Money flows where energy goes. Write that down, please. Money flows where energy goes. Money flows where energy goes. Yes, manifest. It's so much easier. I can't make that up. Money flows where energy goes. Now, if you're anything like how I used to be, you are giving all your energy to any and everybody. And half of the people that you're giving your energy to are grown, able-bodied adults who do not return it back. You are giving all your energy to your spouse, your partner, your boyfriend, your sneaky link. You're giving all your energy to your kids. You're giving all your energy to your family. You're giving all of your energy to your job and your coworkers. You're giving all your energy to celebrity gossip. You're giving all your energy to your friends. And by the time you sit down ready to work on something for yourself, you can't. Because you don't have any more energy left because you gave it all away. You're an energy vending machine. And that is why you feel drained. That's why you feel frustrated. That's why you feel resentful. That's why you feel depressed. Because you are giving too much of your energy away. So, we need to reel that on in a lot. I need you to start telling people no. And no is a complete sentence. It does not need to be explained. The answer is no. It does not make you a bad wife because you want to work on a business. It does not make you a bad mother because you want to do something for yourself for once. It does not make you a bad friend because you don't want to sit there and listen to her problems. It makes you human. You matter too. Your happiness is important too. So, you are going to start telling people no. No, I cannot loan you any money. That is money I could be using for my business. No, I cannot give you any rides. That is time I could be spending for my business. No, I cannot sit here and listen to your problems. I have to fix my own. The answer is no. I want you to start handing out more no's than yeses. Because, see, the problem is you say that you love yourself. That's what you say. But we already said actions speak louder than words. And what are your actions showing? Your actions are showing that you don't love yourself at all because you don't even prioritize yourself in your own life. That doesn't sound like someone who loves themselves. You love everybody else, but you struggle with loving you. Got to start telling people no. That's the only way you're going to have time to get this done. Okay? Money flows where energy goes. And notice, people who truly pour back into you, those aren't the people we're talking about. Because if you were surrounded by people who pour back into you and truly support you, you wouldn't feel drained. You wouldn't feel frustrated. you wouldn't feel resentment because it's an equal exchange of energy. It's reciprocity. You give, they take, they give, you take. But half the time, you're the only one giving and you're around a whole bunch of takers. Okay? All right. Once you choose the digital product idea that you want to use, you will then type this in the chat. Write this down. This is prompt number 2. Write me an ebook that helps people solve this problem. Write me an ebook that helps people solve this problem. Write me an ebook that helps people solve this problem. If you got that, please put got that in the chat. If you need for it to be repeated, this is the opportunity to ask. Remember, closed mouths do not get fed. So you better ask. And for those of y'all who have never seen my face before, good morning. My name is Coach Jazz. Happy Saturday. We're building our online business from scratch this morning. But not only are we building our online business, we are building ourselves. It's time to step out of that comfort zone. That comfort zone that you refuse to leave is the same space that is keeping you stressed. It is the same space that is keeping you depressed. It is the same space that is keeping you frustrated. It's the same space that is keeping you insecure. It is the same space that's keeping you people pleasing and caring what people think about you. You already know where that comfort zone gets you. Nowhere. So why do we choose to stay there where we're not happy? If you're ready for, what are we on, prompt number 2? Oh, let me know y'all got that. Come on, let me know y'all got that. I see lots of ladies on here. The more we interact with these lives, the more these lives get pushed to more people. Good morning. And believe it or not, a lot of people are fed up of their own BS. Yes, yes, yes. A lot of people are ready to start their online business. Thank you, Manifested. You're gonna hit enter. You're gonna hit enter. Or excuse me, what are we? Yeah, you're gonna hit enter. This is what I mean by it's never been easier than today to build your online business because chat literally wrote the ebook for you. Now all you have to do is copy and paste. That's it. You will copy what chat gave you and paste it into Canva. So open up the Canva app. In the search, type in ebooks, hit enter. It's gonna give you thousands of templates. Pick your most favorite one. They're all 1000% customizable. So you can swap out the colors, the fonts, the pictures. You can change everything. Now for my ladies who overthink, from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed, you are in your thoughts all day and all night, and it's driving you crazy and it's not getting you anywhere. Stop doing that. Stop, okay? Write this down. Good morning, KISS, K-I-S-S, write this down. Good morning, good morning. This is an acronym and it stands for Keep It Simple, Silly. Keep it simple, silly. Stop overthinking. Just make sure that your ebook looks clean, simple, and legible. Clean, simple, legible, that's it, okay? Once you are done copying and pasting and you love the way the ebook looks, you will download it as a PDF file. Download as a PDF. Good morning. When you have downloaded it, you will then upload it to your hosting site. Please write these down. I hope y'all are taking notes. Stan Store, Etsy, Beacons, Gumroad, and Shopify. Stan Store, Etsy, Beacons, Gumroad, Shopify. These are some of the most popular hosting sites. Yes, there are plenty more, but these are some of the most popular ones. And you only need to put it on one. You do not need to put it on all 5. If you've got all of this, please put got that in the chat. Let me know that you are here and present, okay? Let me know that I'm talking to somebody who gives a damn. Like, I can't make this up. Let's go, let's go. Thank you. Is it ID? ID, thank you. Thank you, Manifested. Very good. Let me know y'all got that. YouTube and TikTok number 2. I see you. Now, before we move forward, I do want to say something to you guys. Listen, ladies, listen. I keep telling you, if you even thought about it, if it even crossed your mind, if you even had an idea to do something, that's because you can, okay? It amazes me how resilient we are in our lives. Like, things happen. Everyone's lives, right? And in those moments of life, things got very stressful and it got very hard, but you still overcame it. You're here today. It amazes me how we can look at the things that we have accomplished, but then we sit here and say that we can't do something as simple as make an ebook that AI writes for us. It doesn't even make any sense. You don't even realize how capable you really are. It's mind-boggling. You can do anything. There's no limitation on your greatness except the limitation that you put on yourself. So when you're constantly telling yourself you can't do this, it's not going to work, you're not that smart, you're not tech savvy, you're setting the bar. And some of y'all's bar is -50. And the bar hasn't even left the ground. We got to fix that. And quickly, because that mindset, that attitude, that's what's holding you back. Okay? Now, these hosting sites. Okay, I use StanStore. I love StanStore. StanStore is great, but StanStore is very expensive. Okay, StanStore is $99 a month. That is very high if your business is not making that yet, okay? If you are brand new to online business, I don't want you on StanStore. That's not for you. Instead, I want you to put everything on Gumroad, because Gumroad only charges you a percentage when you make a sale. They charge you 10% for every sale. So until you make money, you don't have to spend it. That's a great place to start. Now, what I know about you is this. You will make money. How do I know that? Because you're taking notes, you're asking questions, and you promised me you were going to execute. So when you do start generating income, then transfer everything over to StanStore later, because StanStore has a lot of features that will help you expand your business, like Afterpay and Klarna. Let me tell you what's going on in the world of finance, in case you didn't know. Buy now, pay later. It's taking over. Taking over. So you got Afterpay, you got Klarna, they got Sezzle, Affirm. There's so many. There's so many. People are using buy now, pay later more than they're using credit cards. And no, it is not just poor people, so get that out your head too. Six-figure earners are preferring buy now, pay later options now. So if you have a buy now, pay later on your sites, I promise you, you will make more. I can't make this up. But for now, you will just start with what you have, okay? You will start on Gumroad, you will build your business, and you will transfer everything over to StanStore later, okay? So what we just did was make the ebook. That's what we did. We took Canva, we took ChatGPT, we put it together, we made it, and then we uploaded it to our hosting site. Now we have to sell it. We have to sell it, meaning we got to get people to want to buy it. But I got to be honest, sales is 80% of the business. That's more than half. So we got to get sales right, or there won't be a business, okay? But before we get into sales, I need to make something crystal clear to you. That process of making that ebook should not take you longer than 2 hours. Respectfully, it shouldn't take you longer than 1, but I'm gonna go ahead and give you some grace, and I'll give you 2. And I don't care how old you are. On this live, age ain't nothing but a number. I don't give a damn. Because what you're not gonna do is tell me it takes longer than 2 hours to copy and paste some words. You know how to copy and paste. You copy and paste links to reels all day. So you know how to copy and paste. If it is taking you longer than 2 hours to copy and paste some words, we have a serious problem. One problem that you might be experiencing, I used to be guilty of this too, this is how I know. You want to be a perfectionist, right? So everything about you just must be perfect or it's not right. You are the woman who will waste 6 months of her life that she'll never get back just to overthink her brilliant idea and to second guess her greatness. Then when you do decide to get started, you're going to take things out, put things back, get frustrated and irritated because it's still not perfect. Now you got OCD and you're going to give up on it again. Then you're going to let 3 more months go by that you do not get back, just wasting more time trying to be so damn perfect. And then when you get started yet again, this time you are going to go ask 20 people what they think you should do with your business. And the crazy thing is, these people that you're asking, they're not even business owners. These aren't even people you would trade lives with. But for some reason, you care so much about what people think of you. And then when they give you their opinion, you listen. Next thing you know, a whole year has gone by and you ain't did shit but waste more time that you will never get back. Bless your heart. Bless your heart, you poor thing. Child. I've been there. I've done that. I know. But I do want to hold your hand very tightly as I say this to you. You are not perfect at all. I am not perfect at all. Nobody is perfect at all. What you really are is scary. You are still living in fear. And what do we say? Fear on this life stands for fuck everything and run. And that's what you've been doing. You have been running for years. Just running away from your $1 million idea because you're so fearful of people laughing at you. You're so fearful of looking stupid. You're so fearful of failing. This is all fear that you're doing. You are allowing fear to steal your dream life from you. You have already created the vision board. You know what you want your life to look like. You know what side of town you want to live on. You know how much money you want saved up. You even know how much money you want to leave your kids. But you still hold on to fear, even though you already know how you want to live. Every single day that you live in fear is another day that you allow fear to steal that life from you, the life that you truly want. And if you want to dig even deeper into why we hold on to all this fear in the first place, it's because we have fragile little egos, and our fragile ego cannot handle feeling disappointed if it doesn't work out the way we want in the time that we said it's supposed to. So to protect your ego from feeling disappointment, you self-sabotage. We self-sabotage to protect our ego from feeling disappointed if it doesn't work. So you'll self-sabotage by making excuses. I just don't have time. That's why it's not getting done. No, what it really is you're afraid that if you put in the time and if you don't get the results when you want them, that you'll feel disappointed. So you'd rather just blame it on the fact that you just don't have time right now. That's not what it is. You have all the time. Stop lying. You'll procrastinate. You'll talk about, well, I'll just do it later. But later never shows up. You keep pushing it off and saying later because if you started now and it doesn't work in the time frame in which you said it should work, then you'll feel disappointed. So you'll just keep talking about some later. You'll self-sabotage by hanging out with toxic ass people who don't do anything but make you feel miserable, but you keep hanging out with them. Why? Because if you remove them out your life and you stop feeling toxic about yourself, well, now you would have no reason to not start. So you would rather hold on to toxic relationships that are draining you than to remove them so that you finally have the energy to do it. So you self-sabotage. Well, that's my friend for 20 years. Yeah, well, that friend is draining you. We are doing this to ourselves. This is self-sabotage. That's why I have been saying this entire time, You are getting in your own way. You self-sabotage by watching live after live. You self-sabotage by buying course after course because you have yet to do any of the things that's in the course. So you keep saying, well, I just don't have enough information. No, you have plenty of information. But if you remove the excuse of, I don't have information, then you would have to sit with the fact that you know what to do, you're choosing not to. So you continue to just scroll on social. But I'm confused, okay? Because you said you hate your job. You said you were tired of living paycheck to paycheck. That's what you said. You said you were tired of robbing Patrice to pay Paula. It's stressful and you're fed up. You said that you were tired of not having confidence to post the content. You said you were tired of caring what people thought about you. That's what you said. But every day that you live like that is another day that you're still living in disappointment. Because there's things about your life that you're still not 1000% happy with. And I don't have to convince you, just ask yourself, are you pleased with how things are going right now? Because if the answer is no, then you are still living in disappointment. I'm trying to help you fix it. But I can't help you fix it if you are not willing to change. I can't force change upon you. You have to be willing to, which means you're going to have to be willing to take a half an inch out of the comfort zone that you have been living in for years. And it amazes me how we are so stubborn to taking a half an inch out when you already see for yourself where your comfort zone is getting you. It is keeping you anxious. It is keeping you frustrated. It is keeping you depressed. It is keeping you broke. It is keeping you from spending the time with your family that you would rather spend with them because you're always at work. It is keeping you there. And you would still rather stay there than take a half an inch out and do something a little different. Your product will never be perfect. I don't care how many years you spend on it. It will still not be perfect. But it doesn't matter. Because you are going to launch as is. I don't care how many times you re-record the video. The video will still never be perfect. But you will post it as is. And I need you to understand and understand that the more you do it, the better it will get. The more products you put out, the better they will get. The more content that you post, the better the content will get. The more times you go live, the better the live will get. And the longer you run your business, the better the business will get. But it will still never be perfect. All of our favorite businesses that we spend our hard-earned money with today have gotten better over the years. Look at Netflix. Believe it or not, Netflix did not always have a fancy Netflix app. They were not always doing comedy specials with Dave Chappelle and Kevin Hart. They did not have their own production company making movies and TV shows that are now winning Emmys and Oscars. No. And they damn sure didn't have Raw on pay-per-view. Years ago, before COVID, you used to have to go to their website, Netflix.com. You had to make a list of the movies you wanted to see, and these were not their originals. These were movies that were once in theaters. They would mail you a DVD off of the list. You could watch it as many times as you wanted. And when you were ready for the next movie, you had to mail that one back. They did not wait for all of the funding. They did not wait for the newest technology. They launched with what they had, and they launched with what they could afford. And the longer they ran their business, the more customers they got, and the more money they made, and the better the business got. But it's still not perfect, because we all got some complaints. So I don't know why you think you're above Netflix, because Netflix is $1 billion company, by the way. And for some reason in your mind, you have convinced yourself that you don't have to have a messy middle. No, you can skip that part. Even though Netflix went through it, even though Amazon went through it, even though Tesla went through it, even though Fashion Nova went through it, even though Shein and Temu and all these companies that you spend money went through it, you believe that you're above all that and you can skip all that. And girl, please, reel the ego on in. Reel it on in. And just launch with what you got. Another reason why it might be taking you longer than 2 hours to copy and paste some words. Because you're distracted as fuck. See, I have already accepted the fact I am not the coach and I am not the mentor for everybody. And I am okay with that. Because believe it or not, most people don't really want help. No. What they're really looking for is just somebody to sit there and listen to them complain and vent and trauma dump. But the minute you present a solution, they don't want it because they're not willing to change. I'm not here for them. I'm here for the woman who really wants to change. And so therefore, I'm going to tell you about yourself so that we can fix it and change it. See, when you get off of work, you could work on the business and reaching your goals and keeping the promises that you made to yourself so that you'll finally have confidence, but you make the choice not to. You choose to sit on the phone and gossip with your friends about celebrities and their drama. When you do have time off from work, like the weekend, you could work on your business and reaching your goals and keeping the promises that you made to yourself so you can finally start to have some self-respect and cut toxic people off, but you make the choice not to. You choose to sit on the couch and watch Netflix and Hulu for hours. Late at night, when your children are asleep, you could work on the business and reaching your goals and keeping the promises that you made to yourself so you can finally feel good about yourself for the first time in life. But you make the choice not to. You choose to scroll on social media for hours, laughing at funny videos and sharing them back and forth in the group chats. And the reason why we hold on to all of these distractions in the first place is because we are trying to escape. That's what all this is. This is escapism. And the reason why we try to escape is because there's things about our lives that we are not 1000% happy with. So instead of you being a grown woman, yeah, I said it, and fixing it, you run from it. But maybe it's time to take a new path. Because, let me ask you, is that path working? I just want to know. The content, is it contenting? Are the sales salesing? Is the business businessing? Your confidence is -50 and your self-respect is out the door because you continue to put yourself around people who do not pour into you and who sit around and take from you day and day again. Is it working? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting different results. So let's take a new path. Instead of spending so much time trying to escape a life that we're not happy with, what if we just lock in and build a life that we never feel the need to escape from? So this is what we're going to do today. Not tomorrow, not Monday, not in 2027. We are going to turn the TV off. Put the phone on Do Not Disturb. Tell your friends you will talk to them later. You are building your dream life. You're going to sit down at home. No, you do not need to go to Starbucks because we already know you get distracted there. You're going to start the ebook and then you're going to finish it. You're not going to start, stop, come back next week because we already know how you do. You never come back. You're going to start it and you're going to finish it. 2 hours is all you need. If we are crystal clear with all of those instructions, please go ahead and put clear in the chat because respectfully, there was no point in talking about sales if you don't have anything to sell. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning. My name is Coach Jazz. Happy Saturday. We are building our online business, but most importantly, we are building ourselves. Thank you so much, Manifested. Also, you guys, the more we interact this live, YouTube and TikTok, the more this live will get pushed to more people. Good morning, Keith. And believe it or not, a lot of people are tired of their own BS. They're ready to change, okay? So just like this live found you, let's allow it to find others. Now, I told you guys a few minutes ago, sales is 80% of the business. That is more than half. So we got to get this right or there won't be a business. But I also need to tell you the truth. Most people fail at sales. They fail here, okay? And it's not because sales is hard, so get that out your head. No, sales is actually easy. But people's mindset and the things that they think in regards to sales is what makes sales so hard for them. You might have said things to yourself like, well, I'm not a salesperson. What if I talk about my product too much and people unfollow me? What if people think I'm begging them for money? Okay. Let's get a few things straight. Good morning, Grow. Let's get a few things straight. Selling is not begging, okay? Selling is solving. People have a people have a problem and you have a solution. You are not begging anyone for anything. So stop thinking that right now. Thank you, Electric. Number 2, people are living their own lives, okay? Life is lifing for everybody. Stress is stressing for everyone. And they are bombarded with content from the time they wake up to the time they go to bed. They are not thinking about you. People will forget, which means you have to consistently remind people about your products and services and how you can help them so that they can even begin to remember who the hell you are. People are very forgetful, aren't you? Yes. People will forget. Why do you think I keep telling you guys to take notes? Because I already know you're gonna forget. That's why I'm telling you to write it down. Why do you think I keep telling you that the key word of this live is execution? I keep repeating myself. Why? So it sticks in your pretty head that not only do you have to write it down, you have to execute. The more people hear something and see something, the better it sticks. Psychology has already proven that. So you have to post consistently so that they remember who you are. Look at Amazon. We all know who they are. We all got the memo. And most of us are Prime members, meaning we pay a monthly subscription to utilize 2-day, 1-day, and same-day shipping. So even though everybody in the world knows who Amazon is, and most of us spend money with Amazon every single month, they still remind you consistently that they exist. How? Those Amazon trucks that you see on the road. They're all over the place. They didn't have to paint those trucks blue and put their logo on it and their slogan. They didn't have to do all that. They could have left them white. But they did it for a reason. Why? So that every time you see one of their trucks, which is multiple times a day, you think Amazon. Look at their packages. You can't even go down a neighborhood. You can't even enter into a mailroom without seeing Amazon boxes all over the place. They didn't have to put their logo on the cardboard box. They didn't have to put their logo on the packing tape, but they did it for a reason. Why? So that every time you see one of their packages, which is probably multiple times a day, you think Amazon. Do you really think they're worried about you unsubscribing from Prime because they're talking about Amazon too much? Do you really think that they're concerned about you thinking that they're begging you for money? No. They know you're not going nowhere because they have a solution to your problem. You're lazy and you want convenience. We all do. And they got you covered. So they will continue to remind you all day, every day, that they exist so that you spend your money with them. And every month, they will get that money right up out that account. Exactly, Fashion Nova. They gonna text you about 20 times a day to let you know about the same 50% off sale they've been having for years. Exactly. Maybe you guys have seen my face before. Maybe I'm not a new face to you. I've been on social media for 6 years. You might have found me on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Facebook. I'm all over the place. How is it that I'm able to show up consistently and teach people about Glow Up Academy without worrying about people thinking I'm being annoying or begging them for money or unfollowing me because I'm talking about Glow Up Academy too much? How am I able to do that? Because I have a solution to people's problems. People want to learn how to build their online business. I teach them how to do that inside Glow Up Academy. People want to learn how to become confident and follow through with the promises that they made to themselves. I teach them that all inside of Glow Up Academy. People want to learn how to become disciplined and accountable and consistent so it actually gets done and they have a coach right by their side. I teach them that all inside of Glow Up Academy. If people unfollow me because I'm talking about it too much, I don't give a damn. I already know I'm not the coach for everyone, and that's okay. They weren't ready to glow up, and that's fine. They'll come back when they are. They always do. And since I have that energy with my products and services, I sell, and I sell a lot. Because Amazon has that energy with their products and services, they sell, and they sell a lot. And if you want to sell a lot too, you're going to have the same energy with your products and services. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Okay? All right. If you're ready for sales tip number 1, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning. My name is Coach Jazz, and I am teaching you guys how to build your online business from scratch. I do want to address the elephant in the room, which is failing. So many people want to start online businesses. They want to change their life. They want to quit their job. They want to have a savings account with some money in it. They want to have confidence, but they are terrified of failing. That word has them in a chokehold, and it might be you. But the crazy thing is, so many people are very confused as to what failing even means. So let me go ahead and unconfuse you. See, some of y'all think failing means if you post your first YouTube video and you don't get 50,000 subscribers in a week, then you failed. Some of y'all really believe that if you launch your first ebook and you're not a millionaire in 30 days, then you failed. Some of y'all really think that if you make your first TikTok reel and it doesn't get 10,000 views in an hour, then you failed. But that's not failing. Failing only happens when you quit, when you throw in the towel, when you say, you know what? I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. I give up. I quit. Well, that is when you have officially failed. But if every day you consistently just try to do a little bit better than you did the day before, that's not failing, because you're still showing up. You're still trying. You're still improving. Maybe yesterday you made a whole bunch of excuses. How about today you don't make any? Maybe yesterday you focused on doing for everybody else. How about today you spend 20 minutes doing for you? Maybe yesterday you thought about making content. How about today you do it and tomorrow you post it? As long as every single day we do something, that's not failing, because you're still showing up, you're still trying. It amazes me how we become so entitled in society. And some of you guys have been entitled for a very long time. You don't even realize how entitled you are. See, what you have done is you have placed an unrealistic expectation on when something should happen because you said so. You said, hey, I should be a millionaire in 15 days because I said so. I'm entitled to it. And if it doesn't happen in 15 days, then I failed. But my question is, who told you that? Where do we get these bizarre, unrealistic timelines? You have become so entitled. Do a little bit of work and get a whole lot of reward in 24 hours. Like, what are we even talking about right now? What are we even talking about? Do you know how bizarre that sounds? But you have convinced yourself in your entitled mindset that's how it should be because you said so. And then you get so down in the dumps if it doesn't happen at the time that you said it should. Failing to realize that everything you consistently work for, you always end up getting. To my ladies who have lost weight, I don't have to convince you of this. I've lost 100 pounds. Is this or is this not true? Let's just be real. If you consistently eat less food and you consistently move your body, don't you eventually get to your goal weight? Yeah. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. But the problem is, people feel entitled to a weight loss amount in the time frame in which they set. And because they said that their body should lose 50 pounds in 7 days and it doesn't happen, then they failed. Failing to realize that if they just kept going, they would get the 50 pounds off. You always end up getting the results that you want if you just keep showing up. So why would business, why would your content be any different? It's not. It's not. So for everyone on here who is terrified of failing, just don't quit. Because if you don't quit, then you didn't fail. And now you have absolutely nothing to talk about. You have absolutely nothing to be afraid about, sorry. Okay? All right. Sales tip number 1. Good morning, good morning. Content is king and distribution is queen. Thank you, Electric. Content is king and distribution is queen. So let's break this down so it makes sense, okay? Let's start with the content is king part. Oh, also, you guys, make sure y'all follow me. They do steal my videos. YouTube, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. They steal my videos, they make fake accounts, and then they're gonna turn around and message you, okay? So let's start with the content is king part. So content is anything that we post, okay? Anything that you upload is considered content. So videos, pictures, reels, if you go live, long form YouTube videos, all of that is content. How we're gonna get the word out about our products and services and how we can help people is through the content, okay? So in your content, you're telling people about your ebook, how it changed your life or whatever, right? Excuse me, you're doing all that through the content. Well, we said we gotta be consistent. So if you only post once a year, that's why it's not working, okay? We gotta be consistent, meaning more often than not. So if there are 7 days in a week, our goal is to get to at least 4 out of the 7 days posting. But one thing I stress is the importance of not overwhelming yourself. When you overwhelm yourself, you freeze and you get nothing done. I always coach my students through, we're gonna figure out what works best for you and your lifestyle and your responsibilities. Maybe right now you can't post because you are camera shy and you feel awkward in front of the camera. Fine. What we're going to do is we're gonna crawl before we walk and we're gonna walk before we run. So if you are struggling with camera shyness, I want you to spend multiple times a day for 30-second increments, 2-minute increments, sitting in front of the camera and talking to it. Not to post. This is not to post. This is to get you used to being in front of the camera, because the more you do something, the better we get. I already said that earlier. And don't you dare say you don't have time to do it, because you got time to watch all my content. Some of y'all are not new viewers. So I don't want to hear that you don't have time. 30 seconds at a time, 2 minutes at a time, sitting in front of the camera just talking. Once you have become comfortable in front of the camera, now you don't feel awkward and shy. Now we're going to commit to posting 1 time a week, just a 30-second TikTok video, just 30 seconds. And yes, you can do it faceless. Then we're going to get used to that once a week. Once we have got comfortable with that, well, now we're going to up it to 2. And then 3, and then so on and so forth. So just remember, we're crawling before we walk, we're walking before we run. Don't you dare ever overwhelm yourself, because then nothing gets done. All right? Now, the distribution is queen part. Not only do I want you posting consistently, I also want you to be working on building at least 3 platforms. Well, why 3? Because 1 is too close to none. Like that one income you have at that one job. If they laid you off tomorrow, what would you do? You would be freaking out trying to figure out your life and how you're gonna pay them bills. If you put all of your eggs in a TikTok basket and the US decides to ban it like they did last year, what would you do? You would be freaking out, like all of the other TikTokers who only had a TikTok. I teach my students we gotta stay proactive, so we are not reactive. In other words, we gotta stay ready. And no, it is not hard to build 3, get that out your head. Because the same exact video that you post on TikTok, you'll throw it on YouTube and Instagram or Facebook, wherever you wanna be, okay? Now, which platform should you grow? That's up to you. You got lots of options. I always suggest starting with the platform that you're always on. So if you are always on TikTok, start TikTok, because obviously you like this app so much because you're always here. And then just choose 2 more. But I do want to let you know, in case you didn't know, YouTube is the most watched platform. See, a lot of y'all are confused. You think it's TikTok. No. YouTube has even replaced cable TV. So I'm going to always urge you to start your YouTube channel. If everybody is on YouTube, why aren't you? Okay? Okay. Now, before we get into sales tip number 2, I do want to talk to the woman on here who was still holding on to fear for dear life. She's quiet. She's taking her notes. And she's saying things like, Jazz, I would love to start an online business. Making content, doing what I love. Oh my God, that sounds amazing. But this sounds hard as hell. You're telling me to make an ebook from scratch. You're telling me to post consistently. You're telling me to build 3 platforms. I don't know, Jazz. I don't think I can. That just sounds really hard. Okay. Well, before you run away, like you always do, just listen to me really quick. I can't convince you of anything. And I'm not gonna try. I don't have the ability to, so what's the point of trying? If you want to believe that posting consistently is hard, then okay, your feelings are valid. You're right, it's hard. If you want to believe that writing or creating an ebook from scratch is hard, then fine, you're right, it's hard. If you want to believe that spending an extra 5 minutes to post from YouTube to Instagram to Facebook is hard, then you're right. It's hard. But I do want to remind you, the life that you're currently living is hard. Going to a job every day that you hate is hard. Making payment arrangement after payment arrangement, robbing Patrice to pay Paula, that's hard. Crying every day because you are so unhappy with how things are going for you right now is hard. It amazes me how we would rather stay in a comfort zone that is killing us slowly. Stress is a silent killer. Your comfort zone is killing you slowly. It is depressing you. It is frustrating you. It is making you anxious. It is making you more and more insecure, and you would rather stay there than take a half an inch out and do something just a little bit different today. Something I noticed that we do as women is we never like to give ourselves credit for the things that we have overcome in our life. Because life's for everyone. And believe it or not, everybody has gone through some very dark times. And in those times, you had no clue how you were going to get out. You did not think it would ever get better. But it did. It did. You made it out. because you're still here today. So you have already proven to yourself how resilient you really are. But because you lack self-respect or self-love, you don't have confidence, you never want to give yourself credit where credit is due. When was the last time you told yourself you were proud of you? Some of y'all don't even know. And that's what I'm talking about. That's the problem. Lack of confidence. Look at everything you've gone through. And you're going to tell yourself that you can't copy and paste some words from ChatGPT onto Canva? Really? Really? Look at everything you've dealt with. And you're going to sit here today and tell yourself that you don't have the capabilities of recording a 20-second video that you can make faceless and posting it from TikTok to Instagram to YouTube in under 5 minutes. Really? Really? That's what I'm talking about. That's the problem. You never want to give yourself credit where credit is due. You're resilient as hell. You are strong as hell. Nobody could walk an inch in your shoes. You have proven that to yourself. But then you're going to sit here and say you can't do this. And look, I don't have to convince you of this. Thank you, Anne. There are people on these apps who are in worse off situations than you. And they're still showing up, building their business. You see it for yourself. There are women on these apps who have more children than you. And they're still showing up, building their business. There are people on these apps who have worse health conditions than you. And they are still showing up, building their business. There are people on these apps who are down and out right now. They lost their job. They lost their house. They lost their car. But they're still showing up, building their business. Now let's be real. Let's just be honest. Some of y'all don't have half of those problems. Some of y'all might, and I'll give you grace, but some of y'all don't. Some of y'all are sitting pretty right now. Yeah, you got some complaints, you got some things you want to fix, but you know it could be worse. You know that deep in your soul it could be worse. And you see for yourself what people are going through that are in worse off situations than you, and they're still building their business. So my question for you is, what is your excuse? You don't have one at all. The only difference is that they decide to let go of the fear and you refuse to let go. That's the problem. Listen, my online business changed my whole life. I have made more money from my cell phone and a laptop and some Wi-Fi than I ever would have imagined. I have peace now. You can't even put a price tag on that. I'm not stressing about bills anymore. I have purpose now. I get to wake up every day doing what I love. I have confidence now. I keep all of the promises that I make to myself, and I know I can do anything. I have freedom now. I do what I want, when I want, and how I want to do it. But my life was not always like this, okay? Before COVID, I lived a very different life. I used to be very depressed. I used to be very anxious. I used to be extremely insecure. I was 100 pounds overweight. I was miserable. I used to work a 9-to-5, and I was an alcoholic. See, I bought into the American dream bullshit that they sell all of us, okay? But I bought in back in high school. They told me to go to college and get a 4-year degree. They said that once I graduate, I'll be able to find a great job, making good money, where I'll be able to buy a house, I'll be able to take a couple of trips a year, I'll be able to put extra into my 401k savings so that when I get too old to work, I will have more than enough money to retire on and I can live the rest of my years in dignity. That's what they said. So I believed them and I went off to college. My mom told me to go, my friends were going, so I went. Got me a bachelor's degree, cost me $40,000. Graduated. 6 months later, got my first adult job. I was 23. I was so excited. They gave me the benefits, the stability, and they were going to pay me $60,000 a year. That's more than I had ever made in my whole life. I was 23. I didn't have any kids, so I thought I was about to be rich. I thought this American dream that they promised was really about to take off. So now that I feel like an adult, I want to do adult things, so I decided to move out of my mom's house. I was sick of her rules anyways. So I went out and got my own place. But I didn't stop there. See, like most Americans, I had really bad spending habits. Yeah, let's talk about it. I did what most Americans do. I went out and got me a car payment. See, I already had a car and it was paid off, okay? Title in hand. It got me from point A to point B, C, D, E, F, G, all of the letters. But it was old. No leather seats. No push to start. No touchscreen on the dash. I felt like I had to upgrade my car to match my new upgraded life. Yeah. So I went out and got me a brand new Dodge Charger, top of the line. Traded the car in, got me a Dodge Charger. That payment was $450 a month. By the time I paid my rent, my expensive car payment, now I got expensive car insurance and expensive gas, your girl was broke. Just broke, okay? There were no vacations, okay? There was no extra money to put into a 401k plan. There was none of that, okay? I couldn't even afford to get my nails done. I was broke. I had another problem. I had to start paying back them damn student loans. See, at 23, I thought it was all fun and games. I thought the highest my payment would be $50. That's what everyone else was saying. I didn't think the government was serious about getting their money back. The government is serious. They want their money back. See, they'll give you 6 months after you graduate college to get on your feet. They won't call or send letters. They want you to focus on getting a job. But best believe when that 6-month mark hits, they are sending letters to the house because they want to see your tax returns because they're going to tell you how much you can afford. And since they saw on paper that I made $60,000 a year, I didn't have any dependents, so no kids, they said I should have no problem paying $400 a month. And I'm like, what? I thought it was only gonna be $50. No, they go off of how much you make. I made too much. No one told me that. It's not up for negotiation. That's the price. I had 11 student loan accounts, so they lumped under one monthly payment of $400 a month. Every month that I could not pay those student loans, I got 11 missed payments on my credit. In the course of 1 year, I racked up 121 missed payments. My credit shot. 520. There goes my dreams of home ownership. It's like it's like you make too much to get any type of assistance, but you're broke as hell. That's how most Americans live. Middle class. I had another problem. I hated my job. Nowhere in the American dream blueprint did they tell me I would be miserable at my 9 to 5. I had no clue what I was walking into, and college didn't prepare me for it. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I grew up pretty sheltered, okay? I was very naive in my early 20s, and what people told me, I just believed them, because I didn't think that they had a reason to lie. I was very trusting. When I went into my job interview, my supervisor told me that everybody in the department was one big old work family, and they all just got along, and they loved each other, and there was never any drama. So my naive self went into the job thinking that was true. Thinking that we're all just one big old work family and nobody would ever stab you in the back. No, why would they do that? I learned that in corporate America, those are not your friends. They will smile and kiki with you in the break room. They'll even ask you to hang out with them after work. So they're not even getting paid to be around you, but they still choose to be around you. I know it's crazy, but they don't really like you. They don't like you. They'll even invite you to their weddings and their baby showers so you can meet their family. I know this sounds crazy, but they don't like you. They'll even spend their hard-earned money on you. So when it's Thanksgiving, we all come together and we spend our money to bring something to the lunchroom, but they don't like you. They'll even spend their hard-earned money to get you a Christmas gift. It's crazy, but they don't like you. And best believe, the minute you piss somebody off, your life is a living nightmare. Because now you are on the most hated person at work, the most hated list at work. And they will do what they need to do to make you miserable every single day. I was 23 years old and I had made work friends with a 31-year-old woman. I was the youngest one there, by the way. And we became really close. And she always said I was the little sister she never had. And my naive self believed her, told her everything. I was miserable. I must have put in thousands of applications trying to get another full-time job. And nobody was calling me back. I couldn't even get an interview. So I am broke. I have really bad credit. And I hate my job. For the first time in my life, at 23, 24 years old, I felt trapped. If you have never experienced what it feels like to feel trapped, consider yourself blessed. You're blessed. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. But let me give you some context. See, trap feels like no matter what you do, your life is not gonna get no better. That's how trap feels. You can try to have a positive mindset. You could try to be optimistic, but it feels like nothing but negative ass shit from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed every single day. That's trapped. You could try to work some overtime or get a part-time job so you can catch up on some bills and finally get a little bit of a savings account so you can stop being so damn stressed. but it feels like something always comes and slaps you in the face. Now your car won't start. It's always something. You could try to pray to God to help him, to get him to help you fix it, but it feels like he's not listening. It feels like he's ignoring you because every day you still have the same problems. That's how trapped feels. Your life begins to feel like a nightmare that you can't wake up from. And to cope with all of my depression and my anxiety, you guys, I used to pull up at that job. I would sit in my car and cry before I ever even clocked in. I used to bring those people home with me from work. So what that means is you have clocked out. You are at home. You should be spending time enjoying the moments with your family, but you can't because you can't stop thinking about all the toxic things that happened at work. And now you are telling people at home. You can't escape these people. They are living in your mind rent free. They have stolen your peace. I couldn't sleep anymore. I was so stressed about bills. I started to have anxiety, butterflies in my stomach that I couldn't shake. And to cope with all that depression and that anxiety and that stress, I started drinking. First, it was just a few drinks a week to calm my nerves. It quickly spiraled out of control. And I became an alcoholic. And the only reason why I'm telling you any of this is because if any of my story is resonating with you, then you are already doing something hard. Going to a job that drains your spirit is hard. Knowing deep down inside that you are meant for more and not living it is hard. Crying every single day because you are so miserable right now is hard. And look, the reason why I was so depressed back then was because I had nothing in my life to look forward to. I didn't have any hobbies. I didn't have any interests. My life felt like it was on repeat. Get up, go to work, be miserable, come home, cry, drink, sleep, repeat. Week after week, month after month, and year after year. Who wouldn't be depressed? I used to always think there was something wrong with me. Nothing was wrong with me. That's depressing. That is depressing. Anybody would be depressed. But now I get to wake up every day doing what I love. My day is filled with things that make me happy. And that is the beauty of having an online business, is you can monetize anything. No, your idea is not stupid. No, your idea is not far-fetched. You see people all of the time doing the darndest things. I don't have to convince you of that. You can see it for yourself. How many times have you scrolled on your For You page and saw the darndest things? You're like, how are they getting paid to do that? Because they decided to let go of the fear and you refuse to. That's how. You already know what you want your life to look like. You see it. You dream about it. But you still let fear steal it from you, because every single day that you don't do this is another day that you let fear keep you back. The comfort zone that you refuse to leave is draining you. And you already know where it gets you. Nowhere. It has gotten you nowhere. But you would still rather stay there. Then take a half an inch out and just try something a little different today. And I want to say one more thing because I need to make sure we are clear on this. I hope you realize that if you work 8 hours or more a day, you spend more time at work with people that you don't even like than you do with your family who loves you. I really want that to sink. See, I literally worked 9 to 5. So what should have only been a 20-minute drive into the city is over an hour because I'm stuck in rush hour traffic. An hour to work, an hour back, 8 hours at work, 1 hour lunch break. That's 11 hours out of my day gone. I'll never get that time back. When you do get home, you are drained. You are exhausted. You are defeated. You only get like 2 to 3 hours to spend with your spouse and your kids before you have to put everyone to bed to do it all over again the next day. And I also want you to hear this. Your loved ones, they don't even get the best version of you. They don't get the happy version. They don't get the positive version. They don't even get the peaceful version of you. No, they don't. They get the miserable version. They get the depressed version. They get the negative version of you. You put everyone to bed, just to repeat it again the next day, just to look forward to the weekend. But let me ask you respectfully, what the hell are you even looking forward to? Because Friday, you still worked. So they still got 8 hours out you. Saturday is the only day that you get to do what you want. Sunday, not so much, no? Because you got to prepare for the work week. So that means you got to cook, you got to clean, you got to go to the grocery store, you got to do laundry, and you have to mentally prepare yourself for the bullshit sitting on your desk come Monday. Ladies, that is not living. That is surviving. Life is meant to be lived, not survived. I don't know what your religious beliefs are, but I know this. The God I serve, He loves me. He loves me. And let me ask you, if He loves me so much, why would He put me on this earth to be miserable and crying and hating the life that He blessed me with? Why would He want that for me? If He loves me so much, why would He want me to feel like there is nothing special about me? He doesn't want me here for that. That's not why He made me. He made me for a very special reason. And He allowed me to figure out what it was. And then my online business allowed me to monetize it. He created you for a very special reason too. There is something extremely special about you too. But the problem is, a lot of times, life just has a tendency to life, and it will beat you down. And somewhere on that journey of life, we lose our light. It gets dim, and then it gets dark. And then here we are today, not thinking that we're worthy of any of this. Maybe it was toxic relationships. Maybe it was toxic friends, toxic family, toxic job. Something happened. And it beat you down. But I am here to tell you this. You can do this. If you can get through all of that, you can easily get through this. You are a lot more resilient and a lot more strong than you give yourself credit for. And if the idea even crossed your mind, that's because you can. The idea to make content, God told you that. The idea to start a business, God told you that. Otherwise, he wouldn't have told it to you. He wouldn't have given you an idea that you couldn't do. You are more than capable of doing it. If you even thought the thought, that's because you can. He planted that seed for you to do. But in order for you to actually get it done, you are going to have to let go of fear. Because fear is stealing your dream life from you over and over and over again. You can do this, ladies. You can do this. Okay? All right. I don't want to hear nothing about fear. No more. Fear don't live here no more. Good morning for those of y'all who are just tuning in. My name is Coach Jazz. We are building our online business. We're talking about sales. So sales tip number 2, make sure you guys are taking notes. Also, you guys, make sure you follow me so you don't lose me. They do steal my videos. They make fake accounts. And then they're going to turn around and message you, pretend to be me. You too, make sure you guys are subscribing. And if I say anything that resonates with your spirit and vibrates with your soul, please like the live, share, comment, all of the things, okay? All right, sales tip number 2, write this down. People only buy from people that they like, that they know, and that they trust. People only buy from people that they like, know, and trust. So if they don't like you, not gonna buy. If they don't know you, not gonna buy. And if they do not trust you, they're not buying. So how do we get people to like us? Okay. In your content, remember, for those of y'all just tuning in, we said our content is anything that we upload. So pictures, stories, going live, long form YouTube videos, all of that is content. Thank you, Snash. So in your content, I need you guys to make sure that you are being relatable and you are being authentic. In other words, I need you to just be yourself. I need you to be yourself, okay? The community that we build, so our followers, our subscribers, our viewers, those are the people who are going to buy our products. But understand that people connect with people through emotions. A lot of you guys are doing yourself a disservice because you're trying to be perfect. But people can't connect with perfection because they're not perfect. And then the content isn't good content because you're trying to be somebody that you're not. Because you're not perfect. We already talked about this. Nobody is. So it's just a whole bunch of mismatching going on. So stop overthinking and just be yourself. And yes, you can be yourself and be faceless, okay? Do not let fear try to convince you that nobody's gonna like you. That's impossible. There are 8 billion people in this world. Somebody is bound to like you, okay? And I used to be fearful of that too. You guys, when you post your content, it goes everywhere, okay? You become international. People all over the world are gonna be able to tune in. And this isn't to scare you. This is just so you can realize how silly you sound. Believe it or not, you have the solution to a lot of people's problems. There are a lot of people all over the world who are going through the same struggles that you can help them with. But you are depriving them of the opportunity to get the help because you won't stop overthinking your content and post it. What if I let fear take over this morning and I didn't go live? Well, then you guys wouldn't be here watching and I wouldn't have been able to help you. That's literally what you're doing to others. You guys, I have women inside of Globe Academy from all over the world. I'm in the US. I have people in there from Germany, Australia, Jamaica, Canada, France. I have been to none of those countries, but I was able to connect and help people all because I didn't let fear stop me. And I posted my content and I just decided to be myself. So please get out of your head and just post the videos. All right? Now, we said people only buy from people that they like, know, and trust. All right, cool. Well, how do we get people to know us? Okay. I need you to go live. And yes, you can go live and be faceless. People do it all the time. Going live is the best way to build your community. Now, is it the only way? No, but it's the best because it allows you to connect with your audience. It allows your audience to get a sense of your energy and your vibes, and it allows you to promote your products. Okay? You guys see creators on live all day and all night, especially on TikTok. Selling. You see it for yourself. I don't care what time you go live. Just go live. The internet does not sleep. Some of y'all are hard-headed, and you're just going to say, I don't want to go live. And I'm going to just say, fine, don't. Do what you want. I'm not going to convince you. But I will remind you that you also said you didn't want to go to work. You said you're tired of feeling overworked and underpaid. It amazes me how many people are willing to slave at their job to build someone else's business to make someone else rich. But they refuse to set aside 30 minutes for themselves to build their own business and build their own wealth. Make it make sense. This is what I'm talking about. You would rather stay in that comfort zone than take a half an inch out. I didn't tell you to be on live for 10 hours. It doesn't make sense. And I promise you this, if you go live consistently, you will make more on live than you ever made at that job. Now, some of y'all are like, well, Jazz, I would go live. I'm not against it. I'm just a little live shy. Okay. If you are live shy, or if you're camera shy, if you struggle with any shyness, it's only because you just don't have enough experience doing it. It's not because you suck at life and this isn't meant for you. It's just because you don't have enough experience. Maybe you did it once like 6 months ago, but that was it and you haven't touched it since. We have been on this live for 113 minutes. And if you're still watching, that lets me know that you trust what I'm saying to be true. Otherwise, you would have left. So I need you to trust this. If you go live consistently, you will get to a point where you are no longer live shy. I cannot make this up, I promise you. Everything that you do over and over and over again, you get better at. And I don't have to convince you, just look at the results in your own life. You didn't always know how to walk. Now you walk just fine. How? Because you had to do it consistently. You didn't always know how to read and write. Now you do that just fine. How? Because you had to do it consistently. You did not always know how to drive, but now you do that just fine. How? Because you had to do it consistently. So just imagine if you went live consistently. Just a thought. We said people only buy from people that they like, know, and trust. All right, cool. Well, how do we get people to trust us? Okay. There's a reason why I'm telling you to post consistently and no, it's not for your health. The reason why I'm telling you to post consistently is because the more people see you, the more they begin to trust you. Consistency builds trust. I don't know if you know this or not, or if you're living under a rock somewhere. Ladies, people work very hard for their money. You work hard, I work hard, we're all out here working hard. And if you want someone to trust you with their hard-earned money, you are going to have to be trustworthy, which means you have to be consistent. Now, I want to do an exercise with you guys. For those of you guys who do not have a product yet, sit this out and take your notes. For those of you guys who do have a product, but you're struggling to make the sales that you want, this is for you, okay? First, what we got to do is remove the ego and the pride. Now, some of y'all can't do that because you think you know everything. And there's no room for growth or improvement in your world. Fine. I'm not going to convince you otherwise. Do that. But for those of you guys who can remove the ego and the pride and you recognize there's room for improvement, I'm talking to you. We're going to go to our profiles and we're going to ask ourselves some questions. You have to be honest. Write this down. The worst lies are the lies you tell yourself. I'm going to say it again. The worst lies are the lies you tell yourself. Don't you ever forget that. Now, ask yourself this. Is it clear as day who you are, what you do, and how you can help people? Also, ask yourself this, and you have to be honest. If you were not you, would you buy from you? If you were not you, would you buy from you? If the answer to any of those questions is no, then you should no longer be confused as to why people are not buying from you yet. There should be no more confusion. But the reason why I'm telling you yet is because you have the power to fix it. So change it. Make it clear as day who you are, what you do, how you can help people, so that when people go to your profile off first glance, they already know what they're getting themselves into. Just fix it. That's the beauty of life. That's the beauty of business. And that's the beauty with everything that we've talked about so far on this live. Anything, and I mean anything, that is not giving you the results that you want, you have the power to fix it. But you make the choice not to. I already know, I have accepted that I am not the coach for everybody. Because believe it or not, most people don't really want solutions. Believe it or not, I know this sounds crazy. Most people just want to complain and vent to somebody who's willing to listen. But they're not really willing to fix or change anything. I'm not here for that. I'm only here to help the small percentage of women who actually want to change. And in order for you to change, you have to be told the truth. So now you know what the problem is, and now you can fix it. I'm here to help you fix it. See, anything that's not giving you the results that you want, you have the power to fix, but you make the choice not to. If you are live shy or camera shy, I already told you how to fix it. Start going live consistently. Start being in front of the camera consistently so you can start getting comfortable doing these things. Because the more you do stuff, the better it gets. But most of you are still going to make the choice not to. If you are struggling with lack of confidence, fix it. I already told you how. Start keeping the promises that you made to yourself. If you told yourself you were going to create content, then create it. If you told yourself you were going to start a business, then start it. If you told yourself you were going to lose weight, then lose it. Unfortunately, most of you guys are going to make the choice not to. See, a lot of times we live in a trapped mindset. And we have been living in this trapped mindset for so long that you don't even realize that you're living in one. And you truly, deep down inside, believe that you are trapped and that there is absolutely nothing you can do to be untrapped. And you are willing to stay in a comfort zone that is killing you slowly than to take a half an inch out so that you can be untrapped. You are not trapped. You are not trapped. Nobody is trapped. And see, I used to live in a trap mindset too. And I was living in that trap mindset for so long, I didn't realize that I was living in it. I really allowed myself to believe that I was trapped at that 9 to 5. I was never trapped at that 9 to 5. I had options. But those options would have required me to take a half an inch out of the comfort zone, the same zone that is depressing me and making me miserable and anxious and frustrated, causing me to drink and cry. That zone, I was gonna have to take a half an inch out, and I wasn't willing to do that. So we make the choice to stay miserable. I had options. I could have just quit and moved back home with my mother. I had that option. But then that would have required me to give up my apartment. No. That would have required me to move back home with my mom. No. Even if it's temporary, no. So I made the choice to stay at that job that was killing me. I could have quit that full-time job and just got me a couple of part-time jobs. I could have done that. But if I did that, what if these part-time jobs make me work weekends? No, not weekends. If I apply to Walmart, I might have to work nights. No. If I apply to Target, what if I have to work Columbus Day? No, I need Columbus Day. No. I made the choice to stay in that comfort zone that was draining me than to take a half an inch out and do something a little different. I was never trapped, but I thought I was. So I chose to complain. I chose to vent. I chose to throw pity parties for myself. I chose to talk about how unfair life is. I chose to make excuses and procrastinate. I chose to do all of the things that the one thing that would have changed my entire life, which was leave. Just leave. Some of you guys have convinced yourself that you don't have the ability to fix it yet because you just need more information. And so if you've convinced yourself that if you just watch more lives and if you just watch more YouTube videos and if you just archive more posts, then in the future, you will have all the information that you need and then you can fix it later. You are not lacking information. No, you're not. Because you are on social media all day. So you have more than enough information to fix it. You've watched all the lives. You've watched all the YouTube videos. You have saved all of the posts. You are lacking implementation, meaning you don't execute shit. Which is why I made the keyword of this live, execution, because you're not doing that. You are the woman who makes excuse after excuse as to why she can't do it. You are the woman who talks about what she's going to do tomorrow and next year, but those days never show up. You are the woman who continues to put other people before yourself, and that's why you don't have the time to fix it. You are the woman who will distract herself by watching TV shows and movies all day. You are the woman who would rather complain and vent and throw pity parties and talk about how hard the world is instead of just fix it. That is you. And let me tell you this, until you change, nothing will change. You have to change because the woman you are today is not aligned with who you want to become. See, you want to become the version of yourself who is confident, who follows through with the promises that she makes to herself, who believes in herself, who knows how to tell people no, who knows how to prioritize herself in her own life. That version of you is already within you. However, she is buried under the fear, the limiting beliefs, the excuses, the procrastination, the negative self-talk. And until you change those things about you, nothing will change. And you haven't done that yet. You just think that if you just bounce from one course to another, that it'll make sense. Failing to realize it doesn't matter what anyone tells you to do. Because if you don't follow through, if you don't fix who you are, if you don't start changing what you prioritize in your life, nothing is going to change. There is not one thing that I have mentioned on this live that you cannot do. I don't even have to know you to know that. But the sad part is you don't know that. Because day after day, you tear yourself down. Day after day, you allow other people to tear you down. Day after day, you keep breaking the promises that you make to yourself. Day after day, you prioritize BS, celebrities, TV shows over yourself. And it frustrates me because there's so much money out here to be made and you're just watching from the sidelines. The sad part is we have become so entitled to time. We have become entitled, period. People today are entitled. They just think that because they said so, that's just how it's supposed to be. You are not entitled to time. But you have convinced yourself that you have all the time in the world to waste. And you really don't. A lot of you guys feel entitled to tomorrow. I used to always say I'm gonna do it tomorrow, but who told you that you'll even be here tomorrow? How do you know that? Because the last time I checked, tomorrow is not guaranteed. And instead of you living every single day that you are blessed with, fulfilled and happy and doing things for you and only being around people who truly value you, you choose not to. You choose to dwell on things that happened years ago. You choose to surround yourself with toxic people who talk down on you. You choose to watch other people's lives. That's what you choose to do with your most precious, valuable time. You don't have as much time as you think that you do. Time is our most valuable asset. A lot of y'all think it's money. It's not money. You could lose $500. Yeah, it'll suck. It'll piss you off. It'll piss me off too. But guess what? You can still go make 500 more. But once you lose your time, that's it. It's gone. Over. You're not getting it back. You are getting older, not younger. And you will never be this age that you are in this moment again. 2025 came and left. And it is now the middle of February 2026. I don't have to convince you of how quickly time is moving. You can see it for yourself. Be honest. How many times a day do you look at the clock and say, wow, I cannot believe it's 8 o'clock in the morning? Wow, I cannot believe it is February 14th, 2026. Wow, I cannot believe I'm 35 years old, or insert your age there. If you're anything like me, you do that all day. Every time you look at the clock, you are shocked. So you see for yourself how quickly time is moving, and you still make the choice to waste your precious, valuable time. That's got to change. That has got to change. One of the toughest reality pills that I swallowed in my own glow-up journey, and this is tough, so brace your ego for this one. Your life and the direction it's going, whether it's going great or not so great, is a direct reflection of the choices that you make. Your life and the direction it's going, whether it's going great or not so great, is a direct reflection of the choices you make. For those of you guys struggling financially, your finances are a direct reflection of the choices you make. The reason I was paycheck to paycheck was because I bought stuff I couldn't afford. I had no business going and buying a brand new Dodge Charger when I had a car that worked just fine. It was paid off. Like, come on. I did that to myself. I take full responsibility for my stupidity. But I fixed it. I fixed it. Now some of y'all are like, Jazz, I hear you, but I really don't make enough, okay? I've done the math. There's nothing else to cut. I am broke because I don't make enough to support the cost of life. I hear you. I'm gonna repeat myself. Your finances are a direct reflection of the choices that you make. Let me tell you why. Times have been hard. This did not happen last night. Food prices, rent prices, gas prices have been on the rise for years. And every day you make the choice to do nothing different. You could have launched your ebook 6 months ago. You would be making sales today. You could have started going live consistently 3 months ago. You would be making sales today. You could have started your YouTube channel 4 months ago. That could be monetized today. You could have started your TikTok account last month. You would be building your community today. And what did we say? Our community, our subscribers, followers, viewers, Those are the people who will buy our products. But every day, you make the choice not to. You choose to complain. You choose to vent. You choose to throw pity parties for yourself. You choose to talk about what's not right and what's not fair. You choose to make excuses. You choose to procrastinate. You choose to do all of the things except the one thing that will change your entire life, which is start. But the reason you won't start is because starting would require you to take a half an inch out of the comfort zone that is draining you and depressing you and stressing you and do something a little bit different today. And look, I'm not perfect, okay? The version of me that y'all see today is a reflection of the changes that I've had to make, okay? I am nothing like who I used to be, a complete 180. I used to be 100 pounds overweight. I yo-yo dieted for years. I would lose 20, gain 30. Lose 50, gain 75. For years. And I would make excuses as to why I couldn't lose the weight. Well, I can't lose the weight because of genetics. Well, I can't lose the weight because I have thyroid problems. I just had all these excuses. When in reality, I couldn't lose weight because I was full of excuses. But I got fed up with being overweight. I was pre-diabetic, I had high blood pressure, I had high cholesterol. So I decided to take a half an inch out of the comfort zone that was causing me illness. And I decided to hire a personal trainer. I lost 100 pounds. I have kept it off for 3 years now. All because I had to do something a little bit different. I used to be the queen of procrastination. My motto was, why do today what I can put off till tomorrow? In other words, I'll just start later. But later never showed up. Never came. I used to live in fear, scary as hell. Well, what if this happens? What if that happens? What if nothing happens and I live the rest of my life the way I'm living it? Now that's scary. That's scary. I used to be my worst bully. I know a lot of y'all can relate to this. The things I used to say to myself was disgusting. I used to call myself stupid on an hourly basis. Let me ask you, how in the hell would I have ever been a successful entrepreneur if I keep telling myself multiple times a day, I'm stupid? I wouldn't have been. It's not gonna work. Ladies, the things you got going on in this pretty head always reflects your external world. So when you talk to yourself like crazy, I know for a fact you got people in your life that talk to you even crazier because that's how you talk to yourself. If you have chaos going on in this pretty head of yours, I know for a fact your life is chaotic. You are experiencing what you're thinking. I can't make this up. I had to change. I could not keep talking to myself the way I was talking and think that I was gonna be productive. Doesn't make any sense. Stop talking to yourself like you don't have any sense. Stop telling yourself what you can't do and that you're stupid and that you're not good enough and that you're not worthy. Stop saying that. If you wouldn't say that to a child, don't you dare say it to yourself. It's that simple. You would never talk to a child the way you talk to yourself. So why are you talking to yourself like that? Change it. One of the biggest distractions that I struggled with in my own journey was alcohol abuse. And I told you guys I started that toxic ass habit when I had that toxic ass job. And you would have thought that once I quit the job, the alcohol problems would have just went away. We just fixed itself. No. Ladies, let me tell you this. Your problems do not just fix themselves. They don't just magically get better. If you don't fix it, they just get worse. See, at least when I was working, I couldn't be drunk for 8 hours because I had to work. Well, I quit my job during COVID. Everything is shut down. I have nothing but time to drink. So I took full advantage. And I had just quit my job on a whim. I had put in my 2 weeks notice. I was fed up. I had been there for 6 years. I was turning 30 in a few months. And I was just like, fuck y'all. I'm out of here. Deuces. Right? I put in my 2-week notice and I was out the door. And I didn't have much money saved. I had just bought a house. Hadn't even been in the house for a whole year yet before I quit. Couldn't take it anymore. But I had some stimulus. And my plan was to live off of my stimulus for a month or two while my business starts to grow, and then my business will just take over from there. Now, I don't have any kids, so I didn't have much stimulus in the first place. I had about $2,000 to my name. That wasn't gonna get me far because the mortgage was $1,900. But I believe God told me to quit at that time, so I listened and I quit. I figured it out later. It'll all just work out. That's what I said. So now I'm at home and I'm doing all the things that you do. Trying to figure out online business, watching TikTok lives, archiving YouTube videos, just trying to make it all make sense. Algorithms, content, digital products, monetizations, platforms. But it's not working. I'm not getting views and nobody's buying my stuff. The worst lies are the lies you tell yourself. Don't ever forget that. See, I was lying to myself and telling myself that I'm doing everything I can. And it's just not fair. The platforms don't like me. YouTube doesn't like me. Instagram's not pushing my content. They don't like me. But I wasn't being productive. I was not posting consistently. I was not going live. I wasn't doing any of the things because I was always drunk. But I had so much ego back then that it was never my fault. Why would it be Jasmine's fault? What? Because Jasmine's just so damn perfect. It's always everyone and everything else. It was never me. I am not the problem. Nope, not at all. So I'm getting pissed off because I'm running out of money. I'm getting mad at God because I'm like, God, you told me to quit. I'm getting scared. I already made payment arrangement after payment arrangement with my lights. My light bill is $700. I don't have it. And if I don't make the payment on that date, they're cutting them off. There's no more arrangements to be made. I already missed one mortgage payment. If I miss another, they're going to start trying to foreclose on a house I haven't even been in yet for a whole year. I didn't want to admit to myself that I'm the reason why. I didn't want to say out loud, I have a drinking problem. I didn't want to admit that to myself because then that would have required me to have to do something different. The shame and the guilt of admitting that to myself, no. So I just continued to lie to myself some more. I convinced myself that as long as I don't drink before 11 a.m., that I'm not an alcoholic. Because see, in my mind, alcoholics, they start their day with alcohol. So even though I drink all day, every day, as long as I don't start my day with liquor, then I don't have a problem. So there's nothing to talk about. What? I can't make this up. The worst lies are the lies you tell yourself. But you get to a point where you can't keep running from yourself. Eventually, you're gonna hit a brick wall. And God is gonna force you to listen. See, I believe God is within you. So I have God within me, you have God within you. Those ideas that we get, that's God talking to you. Saying things like, post content today. Look more into digital products. Finish your product today. Lose those 50 pounds. That's God trying to tell you something. That gut feeling, that intuition that we get, That's God trying to talk to us. He's trying to warn us. But what I've noticed is we try our hardest not to listen to God. That's why we have all those distractions. See, people love to say they listen to God. It sounds good in conversation. It sounds good on paper. But actions always speak louder than words. Why does that always apply to other people, but we never want to apply that to ourselves? If you truly listened to God, what do your actions say? How many times did God give you ideas and things to do and you didn't even try it? If you truly listen to God, what do your actions say? Let me ask you this. How many times have you gone against your gut feeling just to find out later you were right? We never want to listen. But eventually, He's going to make you listen. And I'll never forget. I was sitting in my bed and I was crying. I was like, I'm about to lose my house. My house. And God was like, Jazz, what are you doing? You have been begging me for a business for years. Which is true. I had been. He said, the opportunity is literally right in front of you. And you're wasting it. So what are you going to do? Are you going to keep doing what you've been doing, which is a whole bunch of nothing? Or are you going to fix it? Are you going to change? I decided to fix it. I decided to change. I decided to stop drinking. I haven't had a drink in almost 5 years. I will never touch alcohol again. I am done. And since I decided to change, my whole life began to change. I started posting consistently. I actually was being productive because I let go of my distraction. My platform started growing. I started making sales. All because I decided to change. I started to feel better about myself because I'm actually doing the thing that I always wanted to do, that I told myself I was going to do, making excuses for it. I started to say nice things to myself. I started saying things like, I'm amazing. Wow, I really am smart. Look at me, I'm doing this. For the first time in my life, I started to have confidence in myself. All because I decided to change. See, what I didn't realize back then, and what a lot of people don't realize, in order to get something, you are going to have to give up something. You can't have both. In order to get something, you have to give something up. In order for me to get the business that I had been begging God to give me for years, I had to give up excuses. I had to give up procrastination. I had to give up limiting beliefs. I had to give up fear. I had to give up negative self-talk. I had to give up alcohol. But when I gave all those things up, God opened the floodgates of heaven for me. He gave me everything I asked for and more. All because I decided to change. See, I had just asked God to help me make $60K a year to replace the job I had. And I was even negotiating that. I said, Lord, if you can help me make $45K a year, I'll cut the cable off, I'll make it work. Just help me get out of this job, please. God gave me 6 figures. I asked God for 1K Instagram followers. Shit, I didn't even know 10 people. I'm like, I get 1,000 people to follow me? Shit, okay. God gave me 100,000 Instagram followers. I asked God for 5K YouTube subscribers. I don't know. God gave me 30,000 YouTube subscribers. I asked God for a little bit of confidence so I could stop crying all the time and feeling sorry for myself. God gave me a lot of confidence. I keep all of the promises I make to myself now. I can't even remember the last time I cried. All because I decided to change. See, the woman I was back then wasn't aligned with this version. I always wanted to be this version. This version of me, she shows up, she's confident, she loves herself, and it shows. She knows how to put herself first. She's running her business on her terms and not caring what people think. She's living in her own world and doing what makes her happy. And she knows how to set boundaries and cut off people who don't pour into her. This version was always there, but she was buried under the fear, under the excuses, under the negative self-talk. And until I changed who I was never going to be this version. See, we delay our own blessings because God already has everything times 1,000 ready for you. You think you're asking for a lot. God gonna give you 10,000 times more. But he also gives us free will. So in other words, he'll let you do whatever the hell you want to do. He's not gonna stop you. If you want to waste 5 more years, he'll let you. If you want to waste 20 more years, he'll let you. Some people never get all of their blessings because they refused to change. And God will not give it to you until you do. He will not bless you until you become obedient and until you change. But once you do, he gives it all to you on a silver platter. And maybe change is hard. Okay. For my ladies who think everything is so hard, maybe change is hard. Fine. You're right. It's hard. But the life that you're currently living is hard. Crying every day because you are so unhappy is hard. I've been there. I've done that. I know. Knowing deep down inside, in your spirit, that there is something better for you and you're not living it is hard. I've been there. I've done that. I know. Going to a job that drains you every single day is hard. I have been there. I have done that. And I know. I've lived both hards. But I will always choose this hard, because at least this hard comes with peace. This hard comes with purpose. This hard comes with freedom. This hard comes with happiness. This hard comes with confidence. This hard comes with income. I keep telling you, if it even crossed your mind, if you even thought the thought, that's because you can. God does not plant seeds in environments that cannot harvest them. If you even thought about being a content creator, that's because you can. If you even thought about starting a business, that's because you can. If you even thought about losing weight, that's because you can. Otherwise, it wouldn't even cross your mind. But in order to actually get it done, in order to achieve it, you are gonna have to change. Because your refusal to step a half an inch out of that comfort zone is what's stopping you. That comfort zone is draining you. It is depressing you. It is making you anxious and resentful. It is destroying you. It is keeping you broke. You already know what comes with that territory. You've lived it for years. The only way to get the life you want is to take a half an inch out and try something different today. You are gonna have to change. For those of you guys who want to change, and I want to help you, but I can only help people who want it. If you are 1000% happy with your life and the direction it's going in, and there's no room for improvement, then fine. Keep doing what you're doing. If you like it, I love it. If it's not broke, then don't fix it. But if you're not 1000% happy with the way things are going and you want to change it, then I want to help you change it. Inside Glow Up Academy, I'm going to teach you how to run your online business from scratch. Everything that you need is in there. If you want to monetize your platform, so get paid for views, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, how I do, how my students do, how thousands of other creators do, then fine, it's in there. If you want to create your ebook and learn how to sell it, maybe you don't want an ebook, maybe you want an e-course or a private community, fine, I'll teach you, it's all in there. Maybe you want to sell on TikTok, like how I do, how my students do, how thousands of other creators do, fine, it's in there. Every single thing that you need to be successful with your online business is inside of Glow Up Academy. But not only am I going to teach you how to build your business, inside Glow Up Academy, you and I are going to build you. Together, you and I are going to build your consistency. Together, you and I are going to build your confidence. Together, you and I are going to build your discipline. Together, you and I are going to build your accountability. You are holding yourself back. The things you have going on in this pretty head of yours is what's keeping you trapped. Glow Up Academy is the space where not only do you build your online business, but we also build who you are so that you can finally become the woman who actually follows through. It's time to take a half an inch out of that comfort zone. It's time to do something different. Because the longer you don't get to live the life that you've always wanted for yourself. Before I let you guys join Glow Up Academy, a couple of things. I only let 10 people in at a time because, believe it or not everybody has the same path. Some people have a product, no audience. Some people have an audience, no product. Some people have a million ideas, but we gotta lock in on one. See, you're listening to all 50,000 ideas God gave you, which is great, but you're spreading yourself too thin and you're trying to build all at once and nothing's getting done. Money flows where energy goes. We're gonna choose your most favorite idea first, okay? We're gonna build that one. And then once that one is growing and flourishing, then we'll reach back into the pile and build another. Some of you guys have no clue what kind of business you wanna start. No worries, we'll figure it out together. And some of you guys don't want to build a business as of right now. There are other goals that you have for yourself. Maybe you're struggling with your weight loss. Whatever it is, I can help you. I have just noticed for myself, having more than 10 people join at one time overwhelms me. I want to make sure I'm able to pour into you the way you deserve. So that's why I cap it at 10. And I don't accept more people until I'm ready to accept more. Okay? Something else too, before you guys join, I'm going to set us a timer for 10 minutes. Because I'm only interested in helping people who want it. I'm not interested in helping people who don't. I can't convince you or force change upon you. The woman who knows that she's done, she's fed up, that's who I'm here to help. Those are the only people I'm here to help, okay? So when the timer starts, just move. Stop overthinking. You have been overthinking for a very long time and it's gotten you nowhere. All right? Deep down inside, you know I can help you. That's why you're still here. So just move. Okay? One last thing. Glow Up Academy is lifetime access. So once you're inside forever. You will always have access to everything that's in there and everything that I add every single month. You will always have access to ask me any questions that you have because we can communicate back and forth in the inbox. Yep. You will always have access to our live coaching calls. We go live. You will have access to everything forever, right? Now, Glow Up Academy for lifetime access is $597, and people buy it. 2 people bought it at $597 at the start of this live. However, for those of you guys who are still here, I'm going to lower the price. And I will keep it lowered for the 10 minutes that the timer is going. But once the timer goes off, we are done. And it will go back up to $597. And it is worth every single penny. Okay? You can use Afterpay or Klarna to break the payment up so you can still get in at the lower price. But do not overthink. Because when that timer goes off, we're done. And people have tried to message me after the timer went off, and I did not take it down. They paid at $597. So just move, okay? I'm gonna show you guys how to join, and then I'm gonna set the timer. I'm gonna start with TikTok. YouTube, y'all's instructions are a little different, so just hang tight for a few seconds. TikTok, in order for you guys to lock in, you guys are gonna click on my profile picture up at the top twice. Now this TikTok, me and you, the one where it says turn your phone into an ATM, y'all are on my main account. This is my backup. So the profile does not look like this, but the link is still the same, okay? So you guys are gonna click on the link right here. It's a Stand Store link. And then here we are. Become the woman who actually follows through. I have already marked it down from $597 to $249. It will stay $249 for 10 minutes, and then I will be taking the price back up, okay? Scroll down. Feel free to read all of my reviews. I don't mind. Enter your name and quadruple check your email. This is important. What you put in is where it's going. Sometimes the autocorrect gets you, and it messes up some letters. So please make sure you quadruple check that. Use Afterpay or Klarna so you can break it up and still get in on the lower price. And then click this blue button that says Start My Glow Up. Within 30 seconds, you should be receiving the very first email from Stan. Really more like 10 seconds, but give it up to 30. If you do not get that first email from Stan, that's because there was a spelling mistake with your email, but no worries, I'll fix it right here on live. Do not leave off of my live until you have confirmed to me that you received your emails and you see everything inside of Glow Up Academy, okay? Now, let me show YouTube real quick, 1 second. YouTube, in order for you guys to lock in, you guys have to leave my live, and you're gonna come to my channel, and then you're gonna click the Stan Store link right here in my channel, and same thing. Become the woman who actually follows through and is marked down to $249, okay? Scroll down, feel free to read my reviews, I don't mind. Enter your name, quadruple check your email address, use Afterpay or Klarna, and then start my glow up. Now, once you guys are inside, when I get off of this live, so within 10 minutes, because I'm gonna be on live for 10 minutes, and then I'm gonna get off, and I hop right inside of Glow Up Academy. This is what it looks like inside. There is a message icon right here, an inbox icon. I'm gonna be sending you a message. I need you to respond. Do not leave me on red, okay? You will see a red number next to that icon because I've sent you a message. I want to know more about you. What are you struggling with? What have you tried? What are your ideas? I need to know what's going on so that we can fix it together. I can't help you fix something. I can't help you change if I don't know what needs changing. If you struggle with time management, I need to know that so we can design a schedule for you. If you struggle with going live, I need to know that so we can create your live for you. If you're struggling with what kind of products to sell, I need to know that so we can come up with ideas for you. So I need you to respond to this message, okay? Now, sometimes you can't respond right now. Maybe you got other things going on. But before you go to bed tonight, I need you to promise me that you're gonna respond so that we can start fixing it today. Not next year, not on Monday. Time is precious, so let's act like it, okay? So please make sure you respond to that message. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and set our timer now. All right, our timer has been set. Also, you guys, so the first email comes from Stan. The second email is coming from Jasmine Spencer. That is me. That second email has a yellow button in there for you. I want you to click on that. It says join now. When you click on that, I want you to confirm that you see everything inside of Glow Up Academy, okay? I want to know that not only did you get your emails, but you are where you are supposed to be, okay? All right. Amber, I'm about to send you the invite link now. 1 second. All right, Amber, check your email for me for the Jasmine Spencer email now. Okay. And Crystal, can you confirm that you received the email from Jasmine Spencer? Amber and Crystal, I'm waiting for you to do not leave off of my live until you have confirmed to me that you have received everything. If you do not see that message, that first email from Stan within 30 seconds tops, that's because there was a spelling mistake. But I don't know that because I know what your email is supposed to be. So that's why I need you to tell me that you got it, okay? I'm waiting for Amber and Crystal to confirm that. All right, we got a few more minutes. All right, let's see. Here we go. Progress is to make small steps towards big goals. Progress is to make small steps towards big goals. One of the biggest things that I cannot stress enough is overwhelm. When you allow yourself to feel overwhelmed, you freeze and absolutely nothing gets done. I cannot stress this enough. We have to crawl before we walk, and we have to walk before we run. Nowhere in this live did I tell you to commit an hour a day to your business if you don't have an hour a day. You never heard me say that. I did not say that at once, not once. Because we're making progress. That's the only way it's gonna be sustainable. This is why people start something and then give up in 2 weeks, because they went all in. You have to build the foundation first. I don't know how many more times I have to say this. You have got to build the foundation first. Meaning, we have to start small. We have to start reprogramming our mind. We have to start reorganizing our schedule and figuring out what can get cut and what needs to stay. These are the things that we do inside Glow Up Academy. This is why I'm here. Everybody doesn't have the same schedule. Everybody does not have the same responsibilities. You're trying to do what so-and-so is doing, but maybe so-and-so doesn't live the same life as you. So it's not going to work because y'all two different people. We got to figure out what's best for you. And every day that you show up, that you do something, take a half an inch outside of that comfort zone, you're moving in the right direction. You're making progress. You are slowly changing. Change does not happen overnight. It's gradual and small, but that's what makes it sustainable. This is the same concept with weight loss. When people try to lose 20 pounds in 48 hours and then wonder why they gain it back in 2 weeks, because you're trying to lose it too damn fast. Notice how the slower you lose the weight, the longer you're able to stay, the longer you keep it off. The slower you lose the weight, the longer you keep it off. Why? Because you built the foundations. That's why. You built the foundations. You started implementing healthy foods into your life to make it a lifestyle change. Not just, I'm gonna only drink water for the next 2 weeks and then pass out dead. That's not even sustainable. I can't make this up. Very good, April, very good. I can't make this up. So the same applies. The same applies. I believe in my dreams and my ability to achieve them. I believe in my dreams and my ability to achieve them. And if you don't believe in them, that's a problem. And this is why you are not achieving them. This is why I keep saying the way you speak to yourself determines how you show up for yourself. When you speak to yourself like shit, and you tell yourself what you can't do and what you're not good enough at, you show up like that in your real life. And then you move like someone who doesn't believe in themselves, and it shows. You can see it in your energy. You can see it in the way you talk. The chaos you have going on in your head always reflects in your external world. I cannot make this up. Yeah, I got you. I cannot make this up. TikTok, in order for you guys to lock in, we have 5 minutes left and we're closing it out. You're gonna click on my profile picture up at the top twice, and then you're gonna click right here at the stand store. Remember, you guys, that y'all are on my main account. This is my backup, so the profile does not look like this, but the link is still the same, okay? YouTube, in order for you guys to lock in, you're gonna leave my live and come to my YouTube channel, and then click where it says stand.store. And then here we are. Become the woman who actually follows through. It is marked down to $2.49. Feel free to read my reviews. Enter your name, quadruple check your email address, and then use Afterpay or Klarna to break it up, and then start my glow up, okay? And like I said, within 30 seconds, you guys should be receiving that very first email, okay? And for my people who are on the fence, I am gonna say this to you. One second. One thing I know about us humans, once I end this live, the habits still continue. You're gonna scroll off of this live and hop into another one for another dose of motivation. And you have convinced yourself that if you just watch more lives, then you'll have the motivation you need to start. But motivation is a figment of your imagination. Motivation is not real, which is why you always give up when you no longer feel motivated. Discipline is built through repeated acts. It's hard to repeat something when it doesn't align with who you are. You're trying to sell products that you're not passionate about. You're trying to implement things that you truly don't have time for yet because you still have a lot of distractions in your life. Those are the things that have to change. And if you do not change those things, It doesn't matter whose course you buy. You are still going to find yourself in the same trap, always giving up. You are here because you know that I can help you. Otherwise, you would have left. So stop overthinking. You know what you want to do, and you know what you need to do. So do it. Okay? Okay. Amber, I'm still waiting on your confirmation. I'm not sure what live she's on. You guys, please don't leave my lives until you confirm that you received your email. Because I like to know everybody is where they're supposed to be. Okay, she's inside. All right, cool. Amber, please confirm your email. All right. I am confident in my abilities. Good morning. I am confident in my abilities. You better be, because if you don't believe in yourself, who will? If you don't believe in yourself, who will? I am strong, motivated, and ready to tackle any challenge. I am strong, motivated, and ready to tackle any challenge. Absolutely. Absolutely. We got 2 minutes left. I trust that life has beauty even in difficult moments. I trust that life has beauty even in difficult moments. Here we go. Progress, not perfection, is my focus. Progress, not perfection, is my focus. I celebrate both my small and big achievements. Thank you. I was wondering. I celebrate my small and big achievements. Thank you. Okay, so you see everything. You are good. All right, we are almost out of time. Anyone else before we head out, do not DM me and ask me to lower the price, because the answer is no. This is why I told you guys, do not overthink. You know what you want to do. Too many of you guys do that. Yeah, as soon as I get off of here, I'm going to be sending you a message in the next like 5 to 10 minutes, and then we are good to go, okay? You guys, make sure y'all follow me if you do not, so that you do not lose me. They do steal my videos, and then they make fake accounts, and then they turn around and message you. So please do not get hoodwinked, finessed, or bamboozled on these TikTok streets. For those of you guys who joined, I'll be seeing you guys in a few minutes. Hang tight. For those of you guys who didn't, I'm glad that everything is working out for you the way you want it, okay? Thank you guys so much for joining me on this beautiful Saturday. Have an amazing rest of your day, okay? Bye, YouTube.